All right, so this card, the Initiate, is symbolizing the Hierophant, and having it here in the center is really questioning your foundation and your beliefs, and if how you have been acting and what you have been believing your entire life is true. It's asking you to really look at it and see if you are still that same person and if you are still part of that same belief structure. And just that alone will permeate everything that you do in June. So it's really questioning, like, do you believe in what you believe? It's think about it. Think about your connection to spirit, your connection to church, your connection to spiritual ideas. And then we have the Awakening, 7 of Swords, and 8 of Discs, and this is in relationship. All right, so there is going to be a relationship, and it could be romantic, but I also get the sense that this has to do with friends or possibly a family member, that they have been cheating on you. And I don't get the sense necessarily that for everyone that it's romantic. I really don't. I really do get more so that it's a friend who's been like, oh no, I've got your back. I love you. I totally support you all the time. No, whatever you need. And in actuality, they're going behind your back and doing some shady things. And I would love to say it's work on it and you guys will get through it together. But having the 8 of Discs reverse is saying, you know what? No matter how much work you put in, you will not get the same out of it. And so the Awakening is finally seeing the situation for what it truly is that they kind of are a succubus of your energy. They kind of are a succubus of your time, your heart, your mind, your soul, and it's not worth it anymore. And so once you realize that, it's hard to separate yourself, it's hard to separate yourself because you love them. And so I always say, those people who do that to us, we don't have to cut out 100%, but we have to cut it out enough that it doesn't affect us anymore. So if you see them, once in a blue moon, that's okay. And it kind of also reminds you of why you are staying away or you're not engaging at the same level as you used to. But don't engage them to a point where it's unhealthy. Disconnect to a point where you can finally just breathe. And then in career, we have the 8 of Wands. So this is a lot of choice. I mean, if you're looking for a new job, you're going to have some choices. And I think you'll find one that you really, really enjoy. And I think it's going to come in fast and furious. And it's going to be just like this heated passion. Like, yes, that's finally what I want to do. Finally, I'm there. I'm getting there. And you're going to have reason to celebrate, Virgo. So that's really lovely, is having a lot of choices, seeing different aspects of the same job. It could even be is that you're like working, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh my gosh, I'd never thought about this with this job. I never thought about this with this job. And so it's more interesting to you. And you're going to feel really good about it and want to move forward with it. So lots of celebration in career. And in abundance, we have the King of Wands and the 4 of Wands reversed and the Page of Wands reversed. All right, so the King of Wands is really looking over at this relationship situation that's going on. And the King of Wands is saying, hey, take care of that. Get that under control. Come on now. Come on, Virgo. And so this is coming from a fire sign or a fire energy of Aries, of who are my other ones? Sagittarius, of Leo. And they're like, hey, this situation you got to take care of because it's taking away from our connection. It's taking away from your abundance and your celebration of life. And then this Page of Wands is in reverse, and it's also looking at that situation. So there could be a young person who is affected by this friendship, by this relationship, that doesn't want to see it end. So it could be a connection maybe with children, like your kids play together, or maybe it's like cousins, or it's and it could just be a young energy, a youthful energy, like even early 20s. Early 30s in this day and age. but they don't want you to end this relationship because they're getting something out of it. And so they might try to manipulate you through, emotion, through waterworks, through like drama. Say, how could you do this to me? I love them, and you're like, well, they're shisty and they're shady McShaderson, so we got to let this go. And they won't understand. But they also are just grasping onto what they just know. They don't know any better. So understand that you making this choice is for their own good, but it's a medicine, it's a pill they're just not ready to take quite yet, but they will. And so that's why I think this Tower came up really, as the extra card, is that something is going to shift when it comes to relationship, when it comes to somebody dear to you. It's going to just kind of rumble, and finally fall apart, but exposing what the truth of that matter was. We have the Star here, and so this is, really, and this is reversed. So it often has to do with, shining brightly, shining within yourself, shining your truth. And in reverse, it's just harder to do that. So the situation is really hampering your own soul and your own journey, and it's taking away from some opportunities that have shown up. And so opportunities are given to other people because you have been wronged by this person. You've been wronged, and by being wronged by them, you have taken that energy and kind of put it into yourself as, everyone, maybe you feel like everyone could be trying to hurt you at this point, or that you're not worthy, or you got what you deserve by having a friend like that, like this guilt from the past almost. And so that's why also the Initiate is reversed, is maybe you're blaming that you didn't have enough faith, you didn't have enough soul connection, spirit connection. And this card here, this whole entire reading is saying, sit with self. You are totally enough. You are totally perfect, Virgo. You are perfect. And that is hard to hear for a Virgo. It's like, there's no such thing as perfect. I'm never going to be perfect. No, you are perfect where you are right now. Perfectly flawed, Virgo. Perfectly flawed. All right? So take that and enjoy it. And yes, pray. Feel the spirit side of your life, but don't feel guilty if you feel like you haven't done enough. You are enough. And you are, remember, deeply rooted, as that is our collective message, is to stay deeply rooted and connected. And it's just time to have that resurgence of power through earth, power through connection. All right, let's call on the angel card just to bring this all together. See, I'm not forgetting. And I'm also getting the sense that this person up here, who could be a friend, family member, possibly a lover, more so for most of you, it's going to be a family member or a friend. They're jealous of you too. They're jealous. They want what you have, and they can't have it because you're awesome. And it's yours. Twin flame. How interesting. Okay, so the answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. And so this can go two ways, Virgo. So it could be that your twin flame is the shyster, and so you have to have that connection with them, and so that you can break apart from each other, make yourself stronger, and then come back together later in life. But I also get the sense that this King of Wands is your twin flame. And that's the one who's kind of warning you about this situation and saying, you got to be careful. This person is not right. There's something off about this person. I don't trust them. They're not kind to you. They're not treating you like you should. You deserve better than this. And so the twin flame, I think, is going to help guide you through this situation where somebody needs to be put on the back burner. and they're going to be your support system for it. And if you don't know who your twin flame is yet, I think you'll figure it out through this situation, because this person's going to be your buffer, is going to be kind of your safety net through it all, and catch you before you fall from the tower. So that's lovely.
Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune in the center is reversed. Now, the wheel continually turns, all right? So even when the wheel is upside down, this energy is shifting. So whatever is happening right now is shifting. It's Jupiter, you know? And what's interesting is, it's, Jupiter in like Sagittarius energy as well. But the Wheel of Fortune in the center, if things are going really well right now, pay attention. Things could shift, and make sure that you have a good foundation and that you've used what you needed to and carried everything you needed to. The Wheel of Fortune also, if you're in a sticky predicament, it's going to shift. Make sure you're going down the right path, that you're doing it honestly and truthfully so that it can clear up and unstick. So the Wheel of Fortune really is never negative, and it's never 100% positive, because it's reminding you nothing is permanent. It depends on what you put into it and what you create in the foundation you have laid. And that's what will expand. Then we have the Magician in reverse, and that is in your relationship area. So with the Magician in reverse, I really feel like you don't have all the information yet about someone or some situation dealing with other people. That you're not hearing the whole story, that you're not given all the pieces. Somebody's just giving you a part of it. So if you're a little skeptical about someone or some situation that somebody is talking about, look into it, ask other people, get your answers, because I don't think you're getting all the answers from someone. And this has to do with relationships. So it can be your lover, but it can also be, a good friend, a coworker. I really feel like this could be a coworker for a lot of you, family for some, but yeah, something to do with work. Because here we have the Two of Swords in reverse, and this is career and job. And it's knowing to make a decision now, that you're no longer in the dark, that you now know what you need to do, and like the blinds are off. And I feel like that kind of links to the Magician in reverse, because you're going to have to really request the information you need, because you don't have it yet. And so once you have it, then it's going to be just so clear what you need to do. And the Ten of Swords, and this is an abundance. So this is something you need to let go of. Something isn't working when it comes to what's making you happy, what's fulfilling you, what's filling your cup. It's like you're going about it the same way. Same way, different day kind of attitude. It's time to start a new cycle. You've got to let this go. So something that you're doing when it comes to abundance, your life, happiness, joy, what makes you feel full and bountiful, how you're going about it, it's just not working anymore. And you know it. And so you need to stop and start anew. But you know what I do like about this, though? Okay, so with the Ten of Swords reverse, it's like you need to stop. But how easily it is for you to do it and let the swords just slip out of your pack. Instead of them digging in deeper, you just need to let go, and it will work out. Have faith, this card is really saying. Have faith. Let go of what isn't working, and it will set you free. And I love the Empress here in Mind, Body, Soul connection. Fertility, creativity, it is coming to you. Finally, because you've done the work, you've asked the right questions, you've made things happen. This is, I'm assuming for you right now, Virgo, that you're going to do that kind of work so that you can make the right choices about relationship and work. And because of that, you are free to let go, be you, and create this beauty and this fertility within yourself, which will only make you rise to the next level. Now, this card will not happen unless you do those things, though. You know, this is a culmination of the work, of the trials and tribulations, of digging, of turning that difficult wheel to a positive position for yourself. So do the work and you will benefit. Okay, so let's call on the No-Nafu deck. Visionary cards for some added guidance. The Horse. Okay, let's see what Noah has to say. In ancient times, the old tribes lived In ancient times, the old tribes lived at quite a distance from one another and had no way of connecting. One day a horse showed up at the tribal camp and lay down before the chief. The chief mounted the horse and was taken to the neighboring tribe. The meaning behind this card is that you are meant to cross limits otherwise thought to be out of reach. Right, Virgo? The horse represents going beyond boundaries you would normally not cross. Cross those boundaries to find new passageways and reveal new way of thinking. I love it! You want to know why I love it? Because it's right here. The horse, the empress. Break through, cross those boundaries, let go, and grow in fertile ground.